Hi everyone, so there's no camera today. Not feeling the most confident. I'm also doing a bit of a gap, so everyone who's not got ads, this is just basically wait for the ads to play and then I'll do my proper intro and stuff. But yeah. So I can't remember what I'm best getting last time as well. Excuse me. Ah! Oh, you get me? Hello, still? Yeah, anyway. Just in case, I thought I up for ads, but anyway, oh well. Anyway, I tried for I set a timer so make sure the ads are all done, but I think there should be some people there, but if not, we can chat in the meantime. How are you doing? Okay, let me good. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy this game. Oh, cool. In the meantime, let's quickly double check what 3 bullets we have. Oh, so we look at the top. Let's do these glasses and the spotless hammer. Yes, this is the game I was talking about the other day. Anyway, let's check what sacrifices say. There are too many suspects in this incident this time to be on. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that happened. Would you like me to help? Oh yeah, we did that last time. Never mind. Sorry, Sakura. Hina?
So,
Makoto? I've been thinking about something. In fact, there was pository, huh? What is it? I don't think we should attack here. We should look around, right? I was really scared to me and Sakura stuck together. But we came right to the pository to, you know, look around. But when we got here, the pository was looked. Yes, it was actually. The pository was looked, so we couldn't get inside. Alexa, stop! So I like to try and make sure that the things are done. But anyway, yeah, actually that was locked. It was locked. Yeah, we came to the start, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, who locked it? But why was it unlocked? I wondered the same thing. The door's locked when the search for the body began. Now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking here. Possibly what leaves the others to figure out, yeah. But the glasses thing also has me a bit sus. When he was first killed, his glasses were all bloody, but now they're clean and this body's been moved and he's quite a hefty fellow, so I wonder if we've got a faker. Oh, that's a good point, Makoto. Sorry, I should be reading. Definitely a lock on the door, but only can be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. Door can only be locked from the inside the repository, which makes me wonder. I think it's a sensor thing. I think it's a sensor thing because it's a Japan-based game. That's the only thing I can think of. He and Sakura found the door was locked. After we start looking for the missing bodies, the doors will only be locked on the inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked, someone had already gone into the repository and locked the door. When they're done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. Hina claims that no one could have been beaten into the repository. So there's a certain someone. Yes. Yeah, that's... I might be looking around a bit more. A dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw it's not one before. I guess it used to be... It's kind of awkward to bend down if you use it too hard. But wait! Wasn't it in the equipment room we found Taka's body? No, they're both recently dead. And look at the wheels. Blood stains on it. So the blood on the wheels from the dolly was when it was moved from the equipment room to the repository. That's the explanation for that. Oh, fake face Firecur's here. Oh shit. Firecur, do you think they really did it? I don't see how anyone else could think otherwise. When the attacks and medical disappeared, all happened. Every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Fumi said when he died, he said hero's name.
In other words,
so there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide in that weird costume? I always thought no matter what happened he could be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's just full of the centuries. I mean, he is kind of dumb. You really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere. And is that all that bothers you about the case? No, there's a few other things. Like, why did the killer try and hide the bodies? He probably figured that we couldn't investigate the bodies if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, those bodies are pretty we found about pretty easy, didn't we? And again, it comes to the fact the culprit is they complete more. It really is that all there really is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why'd they bother killing two people? What? This rule says, if you kill one person, get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number one priority is not getting caught. But killing two people means more clues, more chances you'll be found. I'm sorry! Sorry about that, I must have suffered with a glitch in the system, but yeah. But anyway, yeah, we're talking to this guy who's an absolute prick about the case.
I see.
Hold on, perhaps? Oh, I see what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. And that's why he's a prick. Huh? What's with the attitude? That's
Goodbye.
my appreciation. Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. The mysterious words hung around the air as he left the repository, as if he figured something out. But he did. Would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Yeah, there's got to be a clue around here somewhere. I should check somewhere else perhaps. Look, there are places I already know about. First the nurse's office where we found Kafumi's body, then the equipment room we found where Taxis was found. No, I don't think there's any blood. Oof. I don't think there's any blood on the floor. I only go find the equipment room. The equipment room. Oh god, she's still it's something like that. It's kind of marks through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. Reminds me of the dolly. The dolly in the repository. There was blood on the tires. Is that where the bug came from? There! I mean, Taki's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Everyone's on the third floor, so it could be definitely, that could have been possible. Even though the dolly was used to Taki's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the first floor. Even with the dolly, there's no way I could get it up to the third floor. It's still a total mystery. We double check. As I said before, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was still left here. Oh, I doesn't really add anything. Do you notice anything? God, young. Oh, see, right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm sure pissed I missed an ultimately rare event. But now here. Okay. Let's head to the nurse's office then, shall we? Let's have a freedom. Why don't you use good feeling? How many use body part left weapon behind? Celeste, you notice anything? What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything. Precisely speaking. I'm sure to go around and see if Kira might be hiding around somewhere. What about you? You know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hafumi's body. How Hafumi was used, huh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Indeed.
Correct. Kira wasn't feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed getting more and more worried, so I took the bath. When I got back, the body was gone. We couldn't have been gone for more than a minute or two though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So was Killer able to get in and move Hafumi's body in that short amount of time? Which seems so. To carry off someone as big as Hafumi would take in only a couple of years. Think of it. Anything less than impossible. There's a normal trash can. Huh? Yeah, wait, there's something inside. There's a small cloth too. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. There's some kind of cartoon blood. It's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Did you find something? Yeah, there's a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
A cleaning cloth? Yeah, and it's all bloody. Whoever it belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. Who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. I could have an idea! Yeah, me either. But it might be more. I think it might be important. I think the place like a big look. There was an incident. Come on, game, don't freeze me now. Just leave it. Really tight. Oh, heck is this? There's one more people. Because I spoke to Genocide Jack and Steven Sakura. I spoke to the left. There's everybody else. There's got to be some more clues somewhere. Okay, I'm confused. There should be some more clues somewhere in this place. Oh, okay. Maybe there's something in the classrooms up here. Classroom. No, it doesn't. There's something I'm missing. There's something I'm missing. There's something I'm missing somewhere, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. It's really bugging me. It won't let me out of the rooms if I hadn't investigated over it, so why am I going back to the repository? He's cold-bodied alone. I just couldn't manage to move it from nurse office where he was concealed in the repository. Although from the first floor and anyone noticing, I can't imagine how it was done. Furthermore, he died from blow to the head. The serious from dust coming through was found in the nurse's office, and they found the body in the nurse's office. His glasses were covered in blood. Now they're spotless. Does that mean someone got his glasses clean? And who could have done that and why? Oh, it's just... Okay, he'll never move again. According to one info, he died from blows to the head. And just a smash force was found in the equipment room. But what, is that what was used to kill him? And there was a top laid on his body. Did the killer use this to remove Tucker's body? That very could be... This is why he doesn't bring blood in. But there was the... I'd look at that. This is another utility model. Either way, all the hammers are option used to cover the blood and use on. But I'm not sure one hammer isn't dirty at all. What's that? That recently was it? I probably could be one of the hammers that was used to kill your illegal repository. It's so confusing! I've been to all the rooms that I could think of. I don't want to kill a file again. So having to remember that and casualty in theory, quarter blow to the head, beats done by a similar weapon as the top, the positive dolly wheel, the fastest, the spotless hammer, the positive door, equipment room bloodstain, glasses cleaning cloth, and stress account. Oh, truth bullets, basically when you get to the trials, as a metaphor you're given like a gun, and truth bullets are what you use to load the gun. And basically you have to shoot down other people's inconsistencies. So that's what the truth bullets are. Oh, this is what I've heard before. There must be something new around. Okay, let me see what. So let's go back to what Sakura says so we can get any ideas where we can look. Let's go. Yeah, look what's good. There's more than 4 of us met up in the dining hall. Hina, Sherko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody else showed, so we decided to go look for them. Around about 8 o'clock is when we began our search. The He and after she split up, Yoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor and quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and laid unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the pictures Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo Justice. It became clear that this Robo Justice had dragged Fumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Barker, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found it injured Fumi on the library on the 2nd floor. We took him to the nurse office on the 1st floor and then resumed our search. The library! I've got to the library. Long after that, leaving the nurse's office. What's wrong? I saw a shadow zooming from the top of the stairs. Agents we went back down to the 2nd floor. Celeste began searching. Right after that, Celeste screamed that he apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. After hearing the scream, he quickly made a range to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? I was wearing a scream for someone like you. I saw him in the strange costume van. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down to the hallway and disappeared. And then... Ah! Huh? What is it? It came from downstairs. It must have been... Fumi, he's in the nurse's office. Come on, we better go back. That's probably tried to split them into 2 groups. Celeste and I went back to the nurse's office. You, Barker, and Toko proceeded to set up on the 3rd floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Fumi's corpse. It was also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left the suddenly alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell you what happened.
However...
But at that same time, we had discovered Tucker's body in the equipment room. Because I remember hearing the body scan play right after finding Tucker. That's when I shared at the Terry that you, Barker, and Fumi had been killed, right? You and me, Barker, headed back to the nurse's office, leaving Toko behind who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran to Celeste, who arrived to tell us something rather unusual. Fumi's body has disappeared. Ooh! Trying to think. I'm thinking because you, because we've been playing this, I'm thinking like Taka or Makoto. We had back to the office to discover that his corpse in fact was gone. Then we remember being abandoned consciousness. No, Taka. Instead of an O at the end, it's an A. So this could be happening. Oh, hallucinating this or something. This is when Taka's body had disappeared. See, right there. From there, we began our search both for the missing bodies and sometimes Celeste told us he found the bodies and we all headed to the repository. And thereafter, we reassured the both had apparently vanished. I think you gotta go look to the library.
However...
Now, looking back, there's some... We've all been certainly very active. If I on the case again, just let me know. Thank you, I know where to look now. Ah, that's lovely. Anyway, to the library! So we've got to go to the 2nd floor. We've got a manually walk there. I've got manually walk there. Maybe we'll bump into one of the missing people. Please don't be. Sometimes the game does freeze. Ah, that's beautiful. Wait. Library. Oh. Library. God damn, the library's clean. Archive. The archive is spotless too. I checked the pissing nurse's office, so where else could we go? Look! So I'm getting really annoyed because I don't know where to look. Because look. What? What's in here? One of those everything is totally apart. This is tricky. There's a bunch of blood packets there for blood transfusions, I guess. Does it help me? No, because I'm not a vampire. Okay, so it just gives you fucking money. Monitor. I'm gonna try looking at the dorms then. Maybe I can find one of the missing people. Got Hero and I am checking the pissing school! I don't know where else to look! I'll just take this time. As I look in the equipment room everywhere! And the repository. And the library's clean! This is the wrong fucking room anyway! I tried the genocide duel and they were as helpful as always. I don't have to hang around with genocide duel too much because they're a serial killer and they like killing boys. Ooh! Ah! The top! God damn it, wasn't helpful!
What?
Yeah, these are helpful. Oh, come on, give it. Oh! This level, I've been looking for you. You have? Wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed, huh? You should go to Hero's room. Oh, and let me give you this. No, hero, right? You get us all to me, that's right. You remember well. Well, it was pretty remarkable, so
It's all
that's an
clear.
impression. Anyway, let's make this clear. This is a trap, huh? We need to go and open more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt, so you don't owe me anymore.
Goodbye.
Any more explanation. Goodbye. Should go to the hero's room, but I was over there. This door is unlocked. I guess I can go inside. Like I said, look, it might not be a great idea, but I'm going to take a plunge. This here's room's all kind of weird stuff in here. Where you get it all from? More important, you haven't turned up, which means you can't really complain if you get into permission to search the team, right? I think there's some in these cardboard boxes. Blueprints or something. And stuff made looking in car. Robo Justice! And it's in the hero's room? But wait. These blueprints. How much them bothered me? Their writing does not match! Step out of the way from these things. Oh, I don't want to be a money. I can't believe in that before. And I don't know. Pretty clever there. How does bathroom even get this back? He's furious. Echo, big news, big news! What's wrong? We found Kyoko! Yay! What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too! Robo Justice? What's Hero wearing the costume? Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool in the second floor. Hero and catch. Do you think Hero and Master could show at the same time? Anyway, let's head to the pool. And after the second floor, it's rather good. Now remember, the lighting does not match. That's kind of muffled drink because I've been talking a lot. I mean... Man, I've had the worst day. Hero? Oh, I just hydrated actually, funnily enough, thank you. So I think, I'm positive that freaking visual that attacked me. Apparently that ridiculous object is here. I'll ask Jed for details for you. Logan has finally made an appearance. I guess Rico's the one that found him. Again? Okay. I don't know if you heard me, but I did drink. Okay, Kyoko. By saying a name wrong. I found Hero. He was down in the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him.
Don't be mean!
I still can't believe you kicked me! You could have been a little more gentle, like, I don't know, smash my face or something? Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? Did you spend all this time without a face? There's someone I had to check upon. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't! Never mind! Never mind!
Hey.
More importantly, he says that, does she have any idea? Does she know people she might... She might feel something from the mastermind? After all, Hero, you explain why you dress like that. Well, I mean, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep. I don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up, and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you. Well,
Let me out of here!
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't get it off. A little help! Why would you make something that you can't take off?
You got it all wrong!
I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing!
It would seem...
Look at the fact that's keeping me from getting it off. Let's be steady. I don't think you can get it off on your own. You don't have a choice, let's help him. It took everyone's help, but we slowly were able to get here out of the street. In a few minutes, eventually, we got all the pieces off. Free at last! It is kind of weird how the suit perfectly fits here.
So then...
Be the point, but there wouldn't, but it would appear, but here would able to wear it. So I'm getting my selectors term as well. What's the point? Nobody but Hero would be able to wear that costume. What? Hold on a second. Stop. Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
Okay.
In other words, it's obvious that you were the one that made this costume. It's true, I saw a blueprint myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be...
It's obvious the one who put the costume on and went on a attacking people,
terrible.
attacking everyone, was Hero! So, tough and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea, we wouldn't want him killing anyone else. What? Tie me up! Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far. Maybe a suspect, but he does deserve third treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprint. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk you right out of this. If you decided, you killed them. What? Killed who? I have no idea. What are you talking about? There must be a fake hero running around. You're the only one who can wear this costume. Everyone else. So who else could have been in the costume?
What the heck?
How do you mean that I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on yourself before you convince me. Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. I'm missing a beat. Right, missing a bit here, so putting on the Rebel's costume.
Huh? See, look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
Sorry. Yeah, I actually skipped a bit.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, It seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a huff, Hina took off the suit back off again.
Ah.
Well, you all out of excuses. Oh no, you see these kids, you were a girl. And if it was another guy then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Just a rule, I picked the pieces of the floor and tried putting them on. No good, the arms are too long, there's no way I can wear them.
Just a second!
See, I told you it was impossible! You're absolutely right, it seems the costume was made to fit Hero's body.
But...
Then, there's another costume. There must be one that looks the same, but it's them. Insist on that this line of defense, then show us some evidence. Evidence? You close another suit, yes, then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck? Who cares? Hero's the only one without an alibi doing this whole thing.
That's terrible!
Anyway. This is how we know it's him.
What?
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's happening! Could someone, tell me? He looks like he's fucking four. She's also, I better leave her alone.
What the heck?
There's no talking to you out of this one. You did it, and everyone knows it. Looks like there's more and more, it really was a setup.
Oh!
I certainly didn't expect it. Ew, Makoto set at the same time. But if I was Makoto... But where's Makoto? I have no idea. Perhaps she's really went with the mastermind. What else? They explain a very questionable behaviour, but... What's up for her, yes? That's because he helped me out so much until now. If I were a mastermind, this is exactly what I would do to earn your trust.
What the heck?
You don't tell me what's going on. How am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Yeah, it makes sense. Who was it? Well, two people been killed. Takan. What? Two people? Why are you freaking out? You did it. I did not! Wait, hold on. What if one of those two? One of those...
How about that?
That's it! I know who did it. You know it's not first then. I gave him a fight another alter ego, right?
I'm at least 30% right.
This means alter ego plus the hero must have done it. I see.
Please!
Huh?
What the heck?
Not trying to let's admit you're the one that did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got this all wrong.
So then.
I know, that note. Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. Here's what it said. I found a hole. Maybe we could use it to escape. While the Cooper can't find it. Don't tell anyone. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 AM. It's nothing I remember. Go to the rec room. And then, for some reason, I fell asleep. Real killer probably drugged me or something. Not a chance. No, hold on. It could have been something. The nurse's office has chemicals that could do that. Really? I told you someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage to trying to escape. Someone wrote that all just that to trick me. Even though it's true, you must be real dumb. One dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped in here for so long, even you know a lie. Even if you know it's a lie, you just gotta check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay then, let's write that note. Professor have them right in my pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yes, sir. Please, you've got to believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, you want us to believe it, you must produce evidence that you can show us the note. I have no particular issue with that if you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck? For serious? Oh then. We should show an investigation. There's no time to wait before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We all know who did it. What? Why did you kill them? Tell us, hero! No, it's like I said. Was it really get that money on Monokuma offered? Yeah, that must be it. You actually totally broke. That's why. Wait, that's an altercation. Someone help me! Be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. Well, you have time to yell and carry on. You have time to search for your evidence, right? What? You're right. We looked for the second sheet and that note. Pick that film now! I better get back to guard duty. I was going to ask Genocide Jack to switch with me. Her and Circle got into fight. It would be a catastrophe on our hands. Oh, bye. One by one, everyone killed away. Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Why do you help me with the investigation? It looks like I've got a late start on this one, so need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Like, when you have time, will you tell me why you did? No! Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you?
Shall we go?
Thanks, then. Now then, shall we?
Hey.
So, Makoto first. I should examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me. Their bodies don't lie, you know? They tell the truth far more easily than the living. Would you agree? How am I supposed to answer? Anyway, you have to hurry before the class trial begins. Yeah, you're right. Okay then. Show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. I guess we should head there. Head that way for now. Asumi and Taka. For a moment, this is your wishes. For a moment. Well then, let's get started. Crouch down next to Taka without hesitation and begin poking and prodding the body. Monokuma's fight. They were killed using similar weapons. The movement was so smooth. He was so calm. Then how comfortable she actually was made me feel a little more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did? Remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? You did? You are so oblivious to people around you. You don't like other people that much. No, it's not that. Anyway, you said he had a watch? Take a look. It's broken. Can you see the hand isn't moving, right? It most likely broke when he had the encounter with himself. You notice the hands are frozen just past 6 o'clock. That means the clock must have broke sometime off.
That's right.
Last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, how long are you gonna keep us waiting? We should go to the page video and start doing his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock. You know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words,
say, the record 10 last night could have broken it. I would have broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened 6 this morning.
However,
That's all. I could attack his left hand. Maybe he's cooking something. Right, it's not right in there. Can you try and pry it out?
because
Big water to set in, and boys are much better suited to this kind of manual labour, right? Oh! Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped his cold hand. That's when I was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object. I was tightly in this tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper? That's not all. Was it all in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Looks like paper doesn't seem like much.
is that
Clear,
right?
does it? I wonder about that. Take a dent into
So
Hakumi's
then-
body. Let's take Hakumi's body now. Perhaps he left us a few clues of his own. Could you attack a scrap paper as added to the truth bullets in your handbook, section of your handbook? Here's what I have right now. Calculate remove Hakumi's massive corpse. The nurse has been held in the repository, away from the first second for that I will nurse. Maybe be possible? Oh wait a minute, I think it's I'm going to talk to. Sorry, it's making me go. Sorry, I should be talk to. Okay. Did
Indeed.
you find anything? It's good. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of
That's
paper.
right.
We had a hidden them.
Indeed.
Hidden. Put it in his pants. So I can only assume he had it hidden in purpose, you see. In his pants,
Why is that?
so you. It was just his pants. It wasn't like his socks or something. I don't know what that means. Anyway, click on the paper. Go ahead and open it out. Look, when I think of it, it's just down his pants. It's like it better be important for me, or I'll never forgive you for this. A note. I found a hole. We might be able to use to escape. While Akuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone. Let's meet up in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
So,
That sounds very familiar. That's the same thing Hero said! That he was telling the
However-
truth. Last night someone put a weird note on my door. It said, I found a home I was used to escape. While Akuma can't find out, so for now, let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Hero told them his note said 1 a.m. But this note, they wrote, we asked him to make 6 a.m.
is that right?
Hold on. It doesn't mean
So,
part of the note is torn off, right? There's slightly a meaning here. There's a meaning. Could you explain it a little more?
hey,
Carefully. Why would you be touching onto a piece of paper like that? Okay.
so
I have no
then-
idea. But what if it wasn't just like a paper? What if it was holding on something that was more important? How could something like important like that from a base bit of paper that needs to be an answer? It was ripped up. That's And where at it? I have to tell you one other thing. 3 victims this time definitely had the ebooks on them. So the books have nothing to do with this, how the murders were carried out. That's not that there weren't any reason to think that they were connected with the killings in the first place. They're saying I don't think about the ebooks, the handbooks this time,
is
right?
that right?
Well, you don't have to think about it. So I wouldn't have gone out my way to mention it. All I said that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There's a point. There may be a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. I guess. I don't really understand. Okay, I think it's important. I better keep it in mind. You eat hamburger. Oh no! It's trial time!
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It would seem.
That's unfortunate. I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to a proper conclusion. Yeah.
Shall we
right.
go?
Well, we better get going. Okay. So here we head to the trial room. Everyone's heard Monkey's progression and they all were gathered by the red door. As soon as you're all there...
Monokuma appears!
Oh, fucking hell, it's Steve! Hello, hello, hello! He's more blind! No, not more faces. It just looks that way because it's an illusion! I'm moving so fast it only looks like that multiplier. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Who's getting the elevator already?
Tough crowd.
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you. Okay, fine. Hey, everyone's here. Ready to go? Let's board the plane elevator. I'll see you all down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, Zoe.
Please!
Hold on, I'm not ready prepared yet.
The heck?
Never ready prepared. You can't run away forever. Hero, you're gonna pay for your sins. I told you already, I didn't do it. For serious! Reminds me, did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no, but unfortunate. Then it would seem that we have our culprit. This is a place of time. Save it for your accusations when you get to the court.
That's right.
He's right, let's get down there. Then our story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. And for those two who lost their lives. The ones who killed Hifumi and Taka. The ones who killed our two friends. The killer is someone right here. Well, the Pill is confirmed. It's all over in no time. I doubt it. Well, listen, we should get to the courtroom and begin our arguing.
Just the worst.
Alright, let's get down. We'll make Hero pay for his crimes.
Damn.
I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude.
Hey,
It begins when we get down there.
Yes.
Come on, Big Mac, let's do it. It wasn't me, you gotta believe me. You know what? I'm starting to believe you. I took one deep breath slowly and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The sunken elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled us all. we could go anywhere. I wasn't sure how long before the elevator would finally come to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up upon a cool face. I see you've all gathered together like this. I just realised how few of you are left. The school is slowly reaching its climax. Only because of you. Why are you making us do such cool things?
What?
Well, what? You really hate me so much? But I'm so cute. You're so fucking terrifying.
Come on.
Stop this one. I'm beginning to cry. Don't rush me, okay? I'm gonna start. I would like to be like, stay tuned for past half of this commercial break. But I never get to hold out like that. Okay, let's begin. Get your assigned seats. And so the curtains open once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate. A deadly class trial. I think I've got enough skills here. Okay, let's double check our notes. Even though it didn't help me last time. So we got both were killed with similar blunt weapons. There's the blue tarp. The dolly with the bloody wheels. There's a Phoebe's glasses. There was a spotless hammer. There were positively door locking from the inside. The bloodstains on the floor as the trolley was moved. A bloody and clipped glasses cleaning cloth. Celeste's account. The Shiro's message. The blueprints that's found in Yoshiro's room. Note a difference? The things will come into play? The Robo Justice costume, the Shiro's account, the broken wristwatch, the scrap of paper. The note that Fumi had. Notice that they both tore in a similar way. An e-book, so that might come into play again. Now, let's go! Class trial time! Always!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
Also, still be wondering why there's some pictures with crosses through. There are people who have already
How
died.
many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't kill it all. Is there anything else we can make that clear?
everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Oh, miss.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just
Hold on a second!
Shut that
Everything we found, the
down!
blueprints, the suit parts, they are all that you are the culprit.
It's
Oh, I
not
did
true!
it
It's
wrong.
a
I
hero!
meant to shoot.
No! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all...
No, it's wrong.
Yes! I can prove it's wrong!
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
Yeah. Let me repeat that again, Steve, if you didn't quite catch that. The pictures of people with the crossers through, they have already died in previous chapters, so that's why.
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No,
Celeste.
the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Yes!
come
exactly
on.
right.
I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
Well, being a himbo sidekick here, are you really doing a good,
So,
some good
Makoto,
case of defending
Are
yourself?
you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hero is innocent as well.
Boyaka!
Then who was in that Robo Justice suit? Is it like Hero said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit.
I hope you understood that, Steel, if you didn't, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
So? Who was in the Robo Justice suit?
Mention visual one. The Illuminati! That's what
Shoot!
Oh no. It can't be Hina.
I got it! Other than
Hero?
Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been.
Okay, I was trying to explain to you the pictures if you got
Obviously,
that.
he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he...
So what you're saying
The culprit.
is...
So,
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit.
yeah.
Now that's a bold assumption.
I think the
And what
Robo
reason
Justice
do you
Suit.
have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All
think Bob has a
things have a
point.
proper order.
Yes.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Actually, still, it wasn't Genocide Jill, because Genocide Jill has, in a previous trial, has a certain MO to her murders, and it does not fit the murders here, so that's how we know it's
It
not
would
her.
seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
There must have been they were the blue top.
I got it!
And one more thing.
I got it!
And the dolly.
Or a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's
So,
the attitude?
let's see if I can explain.
Yeah.
Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Exactly.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
Yeah.
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are
Yes,
you
I
sure
do.
you are not mistaken?
I'm sure.
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That
Yes.
dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
But somehow dolly works in this relationship.
Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong, and nobody expects much from you anyway.
No, but you're the wrong one! You're the wrong one!
You have all accepted the fact that you rarely
No, but they
understand what is
basically
going
put
on around you.
Tuck his body on the dolly and moved it that way. How long have I never had been anyone so nice at well being so mean. But maybe I can change her mind. I can explain then why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment to the repository. Okay, sure. Let's talk about reloading. We're going to start with this next bullet time. We're going to add some more ingredients to the recipe. At the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo mark, is your ammo count. Up until now, you've not really had a limit. Now, you've got to install your opponent's statement. From now on, just locking on and pressing Y won't be enough to handle them. It will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single mark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing X. Just by locking on, you press X, the tempo marker. Basically, just press X now and function along the A button and Y buttons. You automatically reload and start a fever time, so your ammo won't decrease. Oh, but you set it to gentle, so you don't have to reload at all. Just in case, ignore everything I just said. Yeah, I'm playing this on an easier mode, but you got so many different things to do. The moment of truth. Oh!
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Boom!
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
I don't know what I'm doing, so you can see because the camera's
When
not
I
on.
found the dolly in the
I've been out all
repository,
day and I'm really hot.
one of the
I'm
wheels
really hot
had
and sweaty, so I'm
bloodstain.
kind of chilled out in a way that would be seen, and also I'm not feeling 100%, so I don't want to be looked at. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a bloodstain on it.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yes. Let's get back to the main subject. There we go.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Well, look like how that body was moved. It's clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No!
You're wrong! You're wrong!
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
No, you can't!
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember?
I'm behind the button here. I can't see my pursuit. Oh, I have thought you got anywhere in this thing. And tell you it wasn't me. I'm not to mention, you surely can't bend at the waist. It seems as obvious, a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Exactly.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, that'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's no chance of that. You can't take it off by yourself!
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
I don't know what's up with you, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't get off by yourself? I didn't make this friggin' thing! There's stuff on the back that keeps you from getting it off. pretty sturdy. I don't know if you can get it off on your own. I don't really sure. Let's hope him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Yes,
Of course I
Hina.
wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it.
Exactly.
Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be
Nope.
clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
Oh, shit.
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. But that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
But it wasn't Hiro.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
But it
Hold
wasn't.
on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
Exactly.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of
Kyoko.
seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw Shadow shoving me around top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the 2nd floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was rather intense music for someone like you. I saw him. The strange costumed man. That was a terrible accident, I'm so sorry. He ran up as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down the hallway. And disappeared.
and then,
And then... Ah! Huh? What was that? It came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. He's back, come on, we gotta go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating this all or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
Indeed.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
No,
Okay,
that's the
well,
problem.
if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. I want to go to, we have to find them no matter what. Monster faster.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi
was killed,
while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
what makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice.
It's true that
Hifumi was killed while Taka's
Shit.
death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
But I missed the
So,
one I shoot.
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
What's everyone? Shit. Okay, let's do that. Shit. What's everyone? Shit.
So, I wonder if he, or
perhaps it was after?
we already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number.
It's true that he flew while
Yeah, I
Taka's
should
death.
hit the.
So it's obvious Taka came after.
So,
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
Shoot!
I've got flush bucket.
so, regarding
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice.
It's true that he flew while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
Don't get it.
So, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If
Exactly.
anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
Exactly.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay,
Yes.
then. Let's see the proof.
Good note. Oh, Hammer's Gambit. Okay, so I've got to fill in the word. Oh. Where did I put this?
Now I understand. I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
Exactly.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hey you, how long did you keep us waiting? After you waited 4 fiscal years, he started to point at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls!
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
Exactly, indeed.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Yep.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Yeah! Huh? What's wrong? It came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He was in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, let's go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, We were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
No,
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
Exactly.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For
Yeah,
now,
Kyoko.
we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
But
So
what
instead
you-
of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
we could really go more for gone for more than a minute or so. So if the Who was in here and moved Chef's body in that short amount of time, which seems
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it.
game.
But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
See the still
dead body
thinking?
moved on its own?
Yep.
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
I have
But I
evidence
mean,
to think that
we
could be
found
true.
his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That
Yes,
it isn't possible.
it is. I get it, Hifumi's life. Is that really possible? Loading up the ammo. Looking this way.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Really good timing out. Stop trying to waste my time. Shit. Use it one more time. Time for this somewhere.
Are you
Let's
saying
just do
that
the whole
when we
thing,
first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oh, you're a broken wristwatch! Shit! I think I know what it is.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay, how do I prove that?
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found
Hifumi in the nurse, there's a chance he...
No. If Hifumi was dead, and you know that, surely you heard the body
Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Why? I don't understand. I know what I'm trying to do, but I don't know what... Oh, I hate this. Like...
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that, surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead body, and that is why. Are we real?
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I can't understand! Shit! Oh, believe me, no one wants to hear what I have to say. Oh, come to the end of the debate. That's why I was wishing you adjourned, and now to reveal who you actually the bracket. It's one of my voting bracketer. I'm not blacking too bad.
Is this...
What's I say? There's another shot.
I refuse to give up yet!
I don't know!
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that, surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead, and that is... Are we really so...
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that, surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead, and that is... Are we really...
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually...
No. It is Hifumi was dead, and
You know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been...
No!
Oh, got it! I knew what I wanted to say, but I was trying to find the right way to hit it.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
Yes.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So
Yes.
there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think
Yes.
we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Yes, Fishy Bear.
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But
Tell us.
what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh?
What?
Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Yes. Certain body announcement discovery. The first time we heard it was when we found a nurse. First time we found each body and the nurse was on the equipment room. Second time it was played. And both times we rediscovered.
We heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the two bodies.
Yes. Ding dong. A body has been discovered. At the certain amount of time, this is where you may use whoever you like. And the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Yes.
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Exactly.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So,
Yes.
when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning,
No.
he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh,
Yes.
I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But
That's not it.
honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then,
It is.
let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is
Exactly.
pointless.
That's not Celeste. That's the move. That's not done. Let's do these glasses.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned,
Shit.
Shoot!
Well, here's one thing. The first time we found Hifumi, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time it was in the.
But when you compare his body before being
other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Glasses, bitch! But I can swear, but yes!
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That
Yes.
fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
Yes.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood.
Yes.
But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Yes. It was...
I got it!
This!
It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the
Yes.
mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And
Yes.
whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Exactly.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
Yes.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Exactly.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Yes,
It
that's right.
must
Have
have
it
been
back.
him, right?
Yes.
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
If he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He
Yes.
figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I got it!
It's Hifumi!
Only have been
Sakura will never do such a thing. She's a sweet angel.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But
Yes.
that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Andy.
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You
Indeed.
know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
I got it!
The
You're
note.
talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's
Yes.
right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes.
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Yes. I found a hole. Maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. And Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's
What?
not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been... I got it!
Taka.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Yes.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
What?
I don't really
What
understand
room?
what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever
Yes.
wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
No.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Just how to do how to get those people.
Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
No, but there's proof that it wasn't. Man, just a check. I'm 50 scared, but still. I can't let it get to me. It's just to show off the split personality. Oh, what?
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
I don't get my
The
puzzle.
time doesn't matter!
It does!
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, let's go on out again.
Huffy had the note, and the person it was in must have been Huffy! But remember what the
Note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m. The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok! Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was in must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said.
Shoot!
Fuck, I keep hitting. See, I keep hitting the wrong one.
Then the person it was in must have been Huffy! But remember what the note, what time did it say? 6 a.m. The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No,
Shut up!
it's wrong.
Genocide Jew!
No, there absolutely is a connection.
Yes!
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. You've
Yes.
already proven that using his wristwatch. But
Yes,
there's
Jennifer
more.
Hill.
Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Yeah.
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
See, I know
So,
what the
Taka was
conditions are.
murdered
Just
at
find
both
the
the
right
time
point to
and
shoot.
place written in the note.
Yeah.
I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Yeah.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me.
Yes.
The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Yes.
He stole it?
Where's your
Yes.
proof? Go ahead, show us.
Oh, I'll show you, you dickhead. Yeah, so I really, really fucking hate that guy, as you can tell.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Yes!
Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Yes!
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all
Yes.
that right?
That means
Yes,
Hifumi
Sakura.
knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And
Yes,
what might
hero?
that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file,
The clean
the way
hammer!
Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But
clean
Justice
hammer!
Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Holy explains a lot there,
He's
hero.
right, though. I don't understand it either. The
Wonder how
Monokuma
it's
file
clean.
makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the
But wonder how
hammers
it's
were
clean.
already laying around those other rooms,
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally,
Because it's
I
another
haven't a
hammer.
clue.
So
I
which
do.
hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Yeah.
Then
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
There's
I don't
another
think it is
hammer!
possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
so then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Come on, let me say. Come on, you have a hammer. Polish hammer. Polish hammer, yes.
What
Okay,
was
now
used to
these
kill
things
Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Shoot!
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Was it just maybe Justice? Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody witness? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Shit. God damn it!
Shoot!
See?
What was used to? Was it just maybe Justice? Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody witness? Sounds like a Justice Hammer. Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice
No, that's wrong.
No, it wasn't! Okay. Yeah, hey. I'm sorry
murder
you're not
weapon
going to find
wasn't
the
a
killer
Justice
here, but I'd
hammer
love
at
to
all.
see. I
No,
catch this
it was
soon.
something
Hopefully you come another
completely
stream, another
different.
stream.
But
Yeah.
seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris.
Yes.
For some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Okay, that's fine.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder.
They're gonna have public hug for me, you hear me? Still not. Hopefully he's catching another stream. Hopefully you find out. I would let you know who the killer is. Or what would you do? I'll send you a link to the playlist on my channel so you can catch it up on my
if
videos.
the hammer
if you
got
want.
covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Yes.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We talked about why there wouldn't be any reasons for them to work together. At least that's what we sort of stressed. But
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
here's your time, please don't waste my time. God damn it.
Based on the rule, even if more than one, only the one who actually... Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people...
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Shoot! Based on the rules that have been... Even if more than one, only the one who actually... Assuming the rule holds true, it is simple.
That is how...
But that only really...
In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been
Laid out for... Even if more than one, only the one who actually...
assuming the rule holds true, it is...
No, that's wrong.
What's wrong?
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just... awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Yes. Everyone's most convinced two murders at the same time. That was the main character this time. Kirko mentioned that from the very beginning. Which was she looked at the serious coincidence events, but separately. It was amazing all day. In terms of it, she's almost too amazing. That's the next
I understand how an accomplice could be involved.
Because
But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
it's because this is my theory. Anyone, no one's born this game, but I think because everyone has ultimate skills, Kyoko is the ultimate detective.
That's problem numero uno right now.
He couldn't do everything and carried out a number of actions that ended in him being murdered. And debate in such a case when you can avoid could but only one person who really fits. The only person I can think of. What? Did you all come back to me? Hold on. You said everything now, right? Could have done this? Right, who's in the robot down? For serious. The first over hero becomes human once more. You're still human for now, anyway.
Shoot!
Here's how it's going. You're ambassador on everyone. Can't be me. If he's dead. Left? Fire? The only person I can think of. Celeste or Biocat? Celeste?
Here's my answer.
Celeste!
It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Well...
I really do hate this kind of joke.
Yeah, but I got it right.
A joke?
Gotcha.
I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea
Yes.
that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is.
Yeah.
Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering
Yes.
what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Yes.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush.
Yep.
The adults are talking now.
Fuck you, Biocat.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, something moving around top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Hey, that's what's wrong. I won't touch physics someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs so he could have fell down into the hall and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Yep. Huh? What was that now? It came downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact,
Yes.
Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Yes. Why don't we split up into two groups? I'll leave the hunting party. It seems more interesting. Farewell. Buxer, here to come me to the nurse's office. I'll leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Bayaka, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Yes.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else
Yes.
would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
Yes.
I just realized another strange thing. When we
Yes.
found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was expecting this. I could never imagine Hifumi could be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to
Yeah.
make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
Yes.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina,
Yes.
you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each
Yes.
piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
It does.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I
Yes.
have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother
fucking
trying
liar.
to deny it. You made
Yeah.
one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Yep. I'm really enjoying the set of us standing there, being frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're just going to die, just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about
Yes!
it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I
Yes!
see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Yes. Come on, Celeste.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Shoot!
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be, plus we are all going to, we are going to die. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes. What was
So strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be, because we are all going to die. We are going to die. Just and that is all.
And that's all it takes. What was
So strange about Celeste's comment?
Shoot!
All I said was they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Come on, get back! I know what it is
All
now!
I said, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
God damn it!
Shoot!
No!
I refuse to give up yet!
But those guys... And what bit do I shoot out then? You just sort of know.
All I said, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused.
Shoot!
All I said was they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Is it guys?
All I said was they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
I don't know what bit to shoot out! I know what the contradiction is, but I just
All
don't know
I
how to
said
expose it!
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Oh, the guys, oh, I
And
don't
that
know,
is all I
I hate
said.
this!
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Good
All
shit,
I
those
said,
guys.
they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys. And that is all I said.
And that's
Oh.
all it takes to finish this. It's obvious,
Is it
isn't
strange and
it?
guys?
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like.
No, it's wrong!
Yeah, it must have struggled with
That's
finding
right.
the right combination.
There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said
Yes.
that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Yes.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was
Yes.
never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how
Yes.
did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because
Yes.
Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Yes.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imagination.
You what?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No.
Yep.
There is no other explanation.
There is. An explanation. Hifumi's taking the suspect away!
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Yes!
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
Yes.
And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
Yes.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Yes.
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi
Lies.
was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
That's there's no way that's really possible.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, that's wrong. No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Yep. You totally can't bend at the waist. It seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Yep.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing.
Yep.
The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Yep.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste.
Clearly,
Yes.
you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, somebody was going to attack you. He tried to kill you. You killed me. That's right, I remember his name. Yes, you.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hatakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Actually, no, I'm not.
Think
Oh, yeah!
back to how did he refer to each of us?
Last names! Shit!
That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
Right now.
Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay,
Delusion.
then fill us in. What's your real name?
Yeah.
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Let's not keep up then. So, I have to do something to make it a separate. Ah!
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending.
It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
The handbook, you bitch!
That's it! The handbook!
The handbook!
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Yeah. This is the handbook. It's absolutely vital to a healthy school life here. So don't lose it. Oh my god, I'm dead. I think I did that voice a bit too well. I just scared myself. Anyone in the comments, let me know if I did. If I did do that too well. I'm scared myself right now. When you start up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now then, this is the everyday notebook that has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Yeah.
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Oh, come on.
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking them, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste. Sorry, you lose.
I lost? I
Yes.
lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay.
Yep.
If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What?
Especially from what once again you're correct. Back in this time, the trick who decided this whole sticky scheme was Celeste Lunenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro!
Honestly.
I lost 4, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. The feeling and aptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So, did you really approach him for me this time? But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would happily commit murder. I'm sure she relied on my speciality, lying. My speciality? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then what did you use? I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. Just wait. To get to finish to act my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but there's one thing Hifumi and Taiko were both stupid into. They see me. Super alter ego! What are you
Just a
talking
second.
about? Don't interrupt, we're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of it as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Indeed.
I see.
Indeed. Like it means what? Right again. Last night, after a meeting about how we disappeared, I paid the funeral a little visit. I don't know what you're doing here.
Actually,
I was hoping to talk to you alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it.
are
What?
you okay with this?
It's Tucker. What?
So then,
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? Turned out I found you to this camera. I taken what to check his memory. It was it there. The picture soon as I seen it.
Damnation!
Gosh, so it was him! But how can you do it? She was supposed to yell if either one of us got close to her. Yeah, correct. That's why Tucker for him.
Say what?
What?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
as for me,
He came to the room last night unannounced, and then it was hard for me to say. He abused me.
what?
Fucking hell! Don't lie about stuff like that. And he took pictures. He said if I didn't do as he asked, he'll send to everyone. I sure had no choice.
Damnation!
What? That's a crime, an absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never he would go that far. That's amazing happened to me. He bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I was about to say something I never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill
most
him.
unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you can watch your hands.
Actually,
I could planning to use her to escape, and it made you his target. Escape? Do you mean Tucker's going to try and kill you? What?
indeed.
And all he had to do was keep her.
This is unforgivable! Completely unforgivable!
Bastard! Bastard! Bastard!
Honestly,
Well, that would be such barbaric. Actually, how could I? See,
swear I will save her!
I have to save her!
actually,
Then we get to do so. Let's say I have a plan. I was supposed to reclaim what he's stolen and escape the special school. And that it is complete. And what are you talking about? Oh, nothing. I feel without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. Power of love, even twisted as that, can drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
No question for you. That strange costume her feelings creation? Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. I asked him to do something to hide his face and general body size, but I had no idea who would make something like that. But his mother was picking him in the first place.
But
So why did you say about you the suspect? Because you're stupid. Is that it?
let's see.
Yeah, in that regard. But I made the right choice, so I'm glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. I must be so hard on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry. But what were you explaining? But when you explained to how do you explain the part about him playing dead? She's asking. What was he supposed to do after that? Seems to actually let
Are
me
you
live.
okay with this?
That's simple. I did this part until we both once someone showed up. I told him say he'd been seriously wounded, he was on the verge of death, and he could just barely hold on. And he really believed it? Cool. I wasn't allowed to do that. As I explained, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Fumi would have been an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. So I told him that, and he believed it. I still feel it's really straightforward, stereotypical. I just managed to lie to every opponent. In fact, Fumi ate it up. He lived life wholeheartedly right until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you planned to kill him all along? But of course! There would have been no point to my plan if one who pretended to be dead didn't end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's an honesty. I think we did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Bayaka.
I wonder about that.
Now, either of these treasure from Phil of the Hunt. In that aspect, we're nothing alike. What made you take things this far? Was it really just for the money? I never had $10 million for an Akuma offered us. That is a lot of money, it's true, but that's not all there is to it. For the moment my new life began, my only thought has been escape. But here we said how we have to accept living.
you little bitch!
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. There's nothing anyone. Nor did anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And want to know why?
This is fine.
I had a dream. And I thought in my life it would have meant nothing less than giving up my dream forever. And there's no way I could ever do that. The animal grandmother of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphor for killing. And it was all for that dream. And what was that dream of yours?
Wonderful.
To live in a European castle. A castle? And to have handsome men all over the world to serve as my butler/bodyguards. I was going to make interest like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I tamed that, I would simply create a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence. Live the rest of my life as it was only a dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. One of my own winnings, one Akuma's $10 million, would have made it dream a reality. Right to the edge
There is
of it,
nothing
but
to be done.
unfortunately, my dream is all but scattered. It's all been scattered to the wind. I still don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream until the very end. So why would I? You sound so passionate, but are you really able to kill your own friends for it? I also feel guilty. That's a pointless endeavour. I think nothing sacrificing others for my own needs. I
Do
feel
you
nothing.
understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's really no room for understanding.
What is this?
What should you be saying? But plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realise you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled. I take pride in that. It's not just other people I can fool with my own I can even fool my own emotions. Conscious, deceived, deep, unconscious. That's why you're not scared.
Indeed.
I don't fear death. Tell me however you like. But you know, if I can be reincarnated, if I had a
Isn't
choice
it
then,
wonderful?
I think I'll come back as Mary Antoinette.
Hey,
Did she get screwed again? Let's smile it again. And then, like she did, she looked like if a little effort to force it. She calmly could afford her own feelings, but that statement must have been her final lie. That weak, false smile.
Thrills, chills, kills!
All done! Okay, let's get rolling. The black can disturb the peace and must pay the price!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
Now, prepare the first punishment for her, the ultimate
Let's
gambler!
give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important.
What?
Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again in another life.
If I ever play this game again, maybe. Hold on a minute, Alexa, stop! Yeah, Bobby boy. Can I think, Ben? So I've got Chaddock with me, waiting so after this cutscene's finished. I'll end things off. Monica, you're sick. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I don't pity her, but at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him just to come along and... Isn't it just awful? How could someone cut through all the regrets from the outside world just so more people have to die? You guys are still young. You need to value your place more value
What
in
are
your
you
life.
gonna do?
And geez, I thought you guys were going to pass on the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What can you do at home? I'll throw it in the trash, just let me out of here!
Dad.
All the bottom of hope, whether you like it or not. It's just need for you to knock it down one by one. It's sad, yes, but in reality, you can't be avoided. You talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna keep making us go through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of asking that. Get a rest already! So anyway, you okay? Did you see Celeste gave you some key type? Did I see some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So what's the deal with that?
What?
Oh, what's the matter? Answer question. I'll answer questions you answer mine. What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
Hey.
What? Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh, how
Oh,
exciting!
jeez. Oh, this is my... What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What's that just now? The last one just onto Kyoko's body? What does that mean? Okay, they're thinking a little awkward. I think it's time to get out. I got out of here. Meantime, I'm going to go on and join your school life. You get learned to give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it.
See ya later!
See you later! I could just feel leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko already mentioned it, but what's that key Celeste gave you? Most likely, it's a key to one of the dressing room lockers. Does that mean? Follow us, let's hit it in there. I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what really even knows. Well, I guess I better go check. Good idea. Well, you'll have to call from west to the dressing room. And that's all everything for today. Next time on Danganronpa Trigger Harry Havoc, we will go and find Alter Ego. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. If you're watching us on Twitch, please give it a follow and subscribe if you can. We are going to be raiding someone who is playing Dragon Age 2. If you're seeing this, but if you're watching this on Twitch, don't worry about what I said. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.